And transportation correspondent Kris Van Cleave is in Washington. Kris, always good to see you.
DeMarco, we are hearing from sources that these discussions are ongoing, but that it is likely this laptop or large electronic ban will be expanded to include other airports, and we are told it is likely at least some of those airports will be in Europe and or the UK. Now, right now, we hear that the Department of Homeland Security is weighing the advantages of expanding this ban against the potential for disruption. Of course, the U.S. airlines are expressing a lot of concern about how this moves forward. And when we're hearing that a decision could come anywhere in the next few weeks, that puts it right up against peak summer travel, which is a big concern for the airlines, as you can imagine.
All right, Kris, so with that said, what have we heard from the TSA?
Well, this is a Department of Homeland Security decision. Right now, TSA is only officially saying no decisions have been made. We know that above TSA and the Department of Homeland Security, that this has been an active process since that ban was first announced in March. What appears to be happening now after meetings with the airlines, and those are continuing as well, is that it is becoming likely that this laptop ban will be expanded to additional airports, and likely that some of those airports will be in Europe and or the UK. And that's a pretty big thing. Keep in mind, the UK reacted very quickly and instituted the same laptop ban the US did. So to include some of our very close NATO allies in a ban speaks to the level of concern, legitimate concern, that the Department of Homeland Security has about the potential of an explosive that screeners can't detect getting onto an airplane.
Are there any concerns from the airlines about expanding the ban?
Very much so. The U.S. airlines are very concerned for a couple of reasons. One, they think that this could lead to them having to individually search flyers, and given the climate about customer service on airliners right now, that seems like a daunting task. There's also a concern about just how practical it will be to enforce and what it means to move all of those electronics into the cargo hold for a couple of reasons. Think about the amount of personal information that is on your laptop. Suddenly now that is exposed to the potential for theft or damage while it's being moved in transit. There's also concern about moving a bunch of lithium-ion batteries into the cargo hold of an airplane. Right now, you're not even allowed to check a e-cigarette because of fears for the lithium-ion batteries. You're expanding that significantly if everybody has to put their tablet or laptop into the cargo hold. You're also putting it in a place that is harder to respond to if there's a fire. Of course, the flip side argument is if the person can't trigger the explosive that they might be hiding in a laptop, they're less likely to bring the laptop on, and it significantly reduces, they think, the risk of there being a bombing. So you're weighing a couple of things. One big concern the airlines have is how this will impact business flyers. You know, they buy those last-minute super expensive tickets, and they're the ones buying the bulk of first and business class. That's where the airlines make their money. If those folks don't travel, and you make it so that some summer travelers don't take their vacation to Europe or wherever, that could really impact the financial health of the airline. So there's a lot of concern on both sides, one about safety and two about the economics and practicality of this. I should tell you, the idea of an electronics ban is not new. It had been talked about for well over a year since the bombing of that Somalia airliner back in early 2016. The Obama administration they decided it was impractical to go forward with a widespread laptop ban because of the level of outcry they thought it would provoke versus the potential benefits.
So where does the timeline of this decision stand?
Well, no one is waving us off the fact that this list is likely to expand, and that is likely to happen soon. We have heard anything from no announcement before Wednesday to early summer. So that leads us to believe we're talking in the next few weeks we're going to get some more information. It does not sound like a final decision has been made, but it does sound increasingly likely that airports are going to be added to that list of 10.
All right, Kris Van Cleave in Washington. Kris, thank you.
Sure thing.